Hello, welcome to Flutterbug Auto. So, a new Garfield Kart has been announced. It's called Garfield Kart 2. But, immediately I remembered there's already two of them. So I started looking into the games and found a couple interesting things. So here's a quick video talking about Garfield Kart, because when else am I ever gonna talk about this? So yeah, basically there are 3 games now. When I brought this up on Tumblr, someone told me that Furious Racing is a remake of the first game, but everything that I could find called it a sequel. So I'm gonna keep considering it a sequel and thinking that calling the new one too is silly. Also, the first game has very positive reviews, but all of them are memes. Everyone is just taking the piss. All the honest reviews are negative, and all the positive ones are just trying to be funny. This is what drunk driving feels like. It's just kind of sad, honestly. Also, the original game had a 3DS version, so that's kind of interesting. Furious Racing, though, is a bit more interesting. I've actually played that one. It has the dubious honor of being the one and only somewhat decent Garfield game. The rest of Garfield's library of video games range from complete and utter dog shit at worst to just painfully bland at best, with Furious Racing as its crowning achievement at the top, merely reaching the status of tolerable. It was absolutely nothing to write home about, but it's also not awful. It doesn't feel awful to play, and it doesn't look too terrible. You can have a fun time playing it with friends. It's fine. Though, of course, most people were just playing it for the meme, just like the first game. But at least this time, there's actually some fun to playing it. Interestingly, I found that these 2 games are by the same developer that made Off-Road Racing, and I know I keep bringing up that game. I swear it'll get its own video. But anyway, yeah, I guess they can make a pretty good racing game when they get down to it. I do actually really like that game, though it has mixed reviews. I'll look into what other people think of it when I make my video on it, which I will do, I promise. However, Garfield Kart 2 is a totally new dev for the series, so I looked into what else they made, and it seems they have a pretty good racing game in their portfolio called Gear.Club Unlimited 2. Don't know what happened to the first one. Guess it might also be a change of dev situation. It's got good reviews, and yeah, it looks pretty competent. Seems like a pretty decent game. But also, more recently, they've made Smurf Cart, and that game seems to be just absolutely nothing. The game is nothing. Completely bland and stiff. I don't think anybody even played it, to speak of. I've made a game with more reviews on Steam than Smurf Cart. Ugh. That said, looking at Garfield Kart 2 itself, it actually looks kind of good. Obviously, I'm gonna need to see it in motion, but I am honestly digging the art direction. The color choices are really vibrant and appealing. I love this little newsprint shading style they've got going on. It's immediately the most visually appealing Garfield Kart game so far. It's got potential. They might honestly be cooking this time, y'all. Let's hope that it reflects more of Gear Club Unlimited 2 and less of Smurf Cart, though. But, let's be real. It's incredibly hilarious that they're releasing this game this year. The unlikely 3rd competitor to Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. The meme underdog of the race. We all know it's not likely to be anything special. It's not going to compete with either of those 2 in reality. But for the moment, we can pretend, and we can hope that maybe it'll beat the odds and actually be something special. And also, if it wants to truly be peak, they gotta reference this.
Oh, I hope we're not gonna do the bit they do in every crummy car chase scene where the car hits a fruit vendor's push cart. Oh no! It's one of those crummy car chase scenes where the car hits the fruit vendor's push cart.
Wow! I was afraid this was one of those crummy car chase scenes where the car hits the fruit vendor's push cart. I knew this was one of those crummy car chase scenes where the car hits the fruit vendor's push cart.